What's going on, everyone? How y'all doing today? Kaiuchiya here, coming with some more Road to Master Ball Tier Pokemon Shield Double Battles, and this is going to be the second video for today that I'm going to be doing. And because I really did enjoy the very first video that I did and everything, because of the fact that I got to feature both of my teams for today's video, and I think that I should go ahead and use my second team for today and everything, because I barely got to go ahead and use that team and actually showcase it. But before we get things started, there is one specific person that is subscribed to my YouTube channel, and this person knows who he is, and I'm not going to say his name, but to the person that is subscribed to my YouTube channel, you can go ahead and unsubscribe to my channel. Mainly because of the fact that you ended up going ahead and sending me to a website that was very provocative, and there's no point of you subscribing to my channel, because if you're going to keep going ahead and disliking my videos just because of the fact that I didn't go ahead and like your comment or do what you wanted me to do or something like that, then there's no point of you subscribing to my channel. For the most part, you're not supposed to sit up there and just dislike every single one of my videos because of the fact that I'm uploading them or anything like that. And these videos are not for your entertainment only. There's other people that are subscribed to my channel, and there's some other people that are not even subscribed to my channel. And there's no point of you sitting up here trying to go ahead and harass me just because of the fact that I didn't go ahead and like one of your stupid little comments and have some provocative stuff that you end up going ahead and giving me just because you wanted to, and then go ahead and turn around and then dislike my videos for no apparent reason. So unsubscribe to my channel. I honestly don't really care. It's not like I'm sitting up here trying to go ahead and tell you to jump off a cliff or do anything like that. I just want you to go ahead and unsubscribe to my channel, because you're doing nothing but just going ahead and disliking my videos for no reason. And it's getting quite annoying. So please, unsubscribe to my channel. But anyways, if you guys enjoy my content and everything and stuff, the way that I make stuff, go ahead and leave a like on this video subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell to be notified when I upload the videos, and share this video with your friends, because if they love Pokemon as much as I do, they'll get a kick out of these videos. So let's get into today's video. Alright guys, so let's get into today's video. Well, that's weird. Okay, so I was like, wait a minute, we were supposed to be rank 5. What happened? So anyways, if you guys probably remember from last video, we ended up going ahead and winning 2 matches out of the 3 that we did. Or, no, 2 matches out of the 5 that we did. So, for today's video, I really want to go ahead and showcase the power of my second team, because I honestly think that this team is actually good. I mean, I went ahead and I basically did everything that I was supposed to do as far as going ahead and trying to make this team synergize and work together, especially with the fact of having my Zero Speed Caparaja, which, by the way, if you guys aren't on my on Facebook and you guys actually know me and you're like sending me a friend request and stuff like that, I ended up going ahead and getting my shiny Cufant, or my shiny Caparaja, in only 27 eggs. But, you know, of course I did it legit. I ended up going ahead and getting myself a Cufant and everything. It was level 27. It was, it only did take me 27 eggs and everything. So we're going up against Tom, and he is rank 5 just like us. And he's got himself a Kingler, Lapras, Rhyperior, Gyarados, Shiinotic, and Urshifu. I'm thinking that might be the Urshifu single strike variant, or the rapid strike. I'm not really sure, but if I really had to make a guess here, I honestly can say that Copperajah actually puts in a lot of work against this team, and there's really nothing that he can do about it as far as going ahead and trying to make sure that my Copperajah goes down. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to kick things off with my Grimmsnarl Copperajah lead, and I'm going to go ahead and bring in I think I'm going to bring in Haxorus, and I think I'll bring in Gyarados instead of Scrafty, because if he does end up bringing that Urshifu, which I honestly I don't think it's the single strike. I think it's a rapid strike, because he kind of has like a water team going in a sense. So if he does end up bringing that Urshifu, I don't think Scrafty is going to be like the right prime candidate for that. So we're going to see Gyarados Rhyperior. Okay. Alright. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to kick things off with our Grimmsnarl Copperajah. So it's actually the Moxie Boost standard. It's actually the Moxie Boost Gyarados, not Intimidate, because we didn't see an Intimidate. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go for the Dynamax, and I'm gonna go ahead and just double in onto the Gyarados. Because if the Rhyperior is actually weakness policy, I don't want it to, I don't want it to go ahead and accidentally, well, if it is the weakness policy, then I don't want to pop its weakness policy. So he's actually going to go ahead and Dynamax here with his Gyarados, and probably try to one-shot one of my Pokemon here. Maybe the Grimmsnarl, just probably thinking. So I'm going to go ahead and Dynamax my Copperajah, because like I said before, Copperajah is really going to go ahead and put in a lot of work against this team. Even though my Copperajah is 0 speed, but Copperajah is really going to put in the work just because of the fact that it's such a bulky Pokemon. So here comes the Fake Out onto the Gyarados, and here comes the Max Airstream into my Grimmsnarl. My Grimmsnarl is going to live. And he's gonna go ahead and raise up the speed of both of his Rhyperior and his Gyarados, and he's gonna go for the Earthquake. Grimmsnarl's gonna live. Copperajah gets hit, and he's gonna pop my weakness policy, and that's gonna go ahead and be a dead Gyarados, I believe, because with the +2 attack from the weakness oh. Dang, this Gyarados is actually very bulky in its attack and its defense. Okay. So, as of this point, what I can do is actually set up the Reflect for myself, because I already know for a fact that the Grimmsnarl, my Grimmsnarl is gonna go down, but that's fine. I mean, Grimmsnarl put in the work for what it needed to do. So I'm just going to go for the Max Starfall again onto the Gyarados and get rid of his Dynamax Mon right off the bat. And Rhyperior really can't do that much to me once I get my Reflect up with the help of my Copperajah. So here comes the Max Darkness into the Copperajah. That's not going to do anything to me because of the fact that Copperajah is actually resists dark type moves. And here comes another Earthquake, and let's see, Copperajah takes a little bit of damage. I mean, it wasn't as much as before, but here comes the Max Starfall into the Gyarados, and that's going to seal the deal on the Gyarados. And I'm going to say that crit didn't really matter, but it kind of looked like the Gyarados is actually going to live that situation. So I'm going to go ahead and bring in my own Gyarados. And here comes the Urshifu. And it's the single strike. Okay. It is the single strike variant, Urshifu. So, I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go for the bounce on the Urshifu slot. And I'm going to go for this G-Max. Nah, should I go for the Max Overgrow? Or should I go for the Max Steel Surge? Yeah, I should go for the G-Max Steel Surge onto the Rhyperior. Here comes a close combat. Ah, man, I took out my Copperajah. No. I take out his G-Max. I take out his Dynamax, and he takes out my G-Max. So I'm going to go for the bounce, spring up into the air, and disappear for a little bit. Here comes an Earthquake. And he's actually going to almost take out his own Urshifu from a crit. So I'm going to bring in Haxorus here. And that just actually sets up for my Gyarados to actually go ahead and, you know, get the Moxie boost. So I'm going to go for the Brick Break onto the Rhyperior. I'm pretty sure the Rhyperior is actually weakness policy. I think that was a bad decision on my part to actually go for that. But, here comes the Wicked Blow. And that is a 100% crit. Oh my god. It does so much damage. Here comes the Brick Break onto the Rhyperior. Oh my god, I almost one-shot. And I get a crit of my own. What is with the crits? Here comes the bounce onto the Urshifu. And that seals the deal on the Urshifu. And I get a Moxie boost. And here comes a Stone Edge into my Gyarados. My Gyarados is going to live. So it's actually not a weakness policy set, Rhyperior. Huh. Here comes Shinudic. Okay. So, honestly, the Shinudic is not that major, it's not that big of a problem because I can just go for a Poison Jab onto the Shinudic from here. And it is 4 times weak to Poison-type moves. So, with the Waterfall going ahead and taking care of the Rhyperior, and the Poison Jab taking care of the Shinudic, that's going to seal the deal on the Shinudic. Let's go. And my Haxorus is going to live, and the Waterfall seals the deal onto the Rhyperior slot. That is game. And he ended up rage quitting because he knows for a fact that he just knows. Alright, you guys, we found ourselves another match, and it's going to be against Zara. And it looks like this team is going to be a Trick Room team. This is where my Copperajah is going to definitely shine against this team. Because the thing is that most people don't expect a Pokemon from the opposing side team to go ahead and actually have a Trick Room Mon in the mix. So what we're going to be doing is that we're going to go ahead and we're going to bring Grimmsnarl, of course, because Grimmsnarl is basically the bread and butter of this entire team. And I think what we're going to do is that we're actually going to bring in Copperajah at this point. And we're going to go ahead and I think Scrafty would be a prime candidate. And I think I'm gonna say Haxorus would be the best situation for this. I was thinking about Gyarados, but I don't know if it's actually gonna be like a best solution for me to do. So let's just go ahead and see what this person is going to go ahead and bring out. I honestly think that she's probably gonna go ahead and bring Hatterene. So here comes Whimsicott Incineroar. Okay. So here comes the Intimidate from the Incineroar. I'm gonna go for the... Wait a minute. I'm gonna actually go for the Reflect here. And I'm gonna switch my Caparaja out for later. And I'm gonna go into Scrafty. So that way I can be able to get my own Intimidate off onto the Incineroar. And it doesn't work on dark types for taunt, man. Here comes a Flare Blitz. And that's gonna do a little bit of damage to my Scrafty, but that's fine. And I think what I'm gonna do here is actually go for the Light Screen as well. And I'm just gonna go for the straight up Drain Punch onto the Incineroar. So here comes the Light Screen. That way I can be protected by physical and special attack moves. And here comes the Moonblast onto the Grimmsnarl. The Grimmsnarl is actually going to live. And it gets a special attack drop, but that's fine. Here comes a Drain Punch from my Scrafty onto the Incineroar. And I get all my health back. And here comes a Brick Break. Okay, so he's actually going to go ahead and break my, both of my screens here. So I'm just going to go ahead and go for another, screen. I'm going to go for the Reflect, and I'm just going to go for, the Light Screen again. Grimmsnarl is going to go for Reflect, set up those screens again. Here comes another Moonblast, probably onto my Scrafty. Crud! Crud, man! That's not good! No! Here comes a Flare Blitz again onto, this time, my Grimmsnarl. And I get burned for it, but that's fine. I mean, not really caring about the burn as of much. But I'm going to go into my Haxorus at this point. And I'm going to go for the Poison Jab onto the Whimsicott here. And I don't know, maybe I could try to go ahead and get a poison off on the Whimsicott. So, I'm going to go ahead and switch and bring in Lapras. Okay. So I'm going to set up my Light Screen here. So I have Light Screen and Reflect up. And here comes a Poison Jab onto the Whimsicott. And it is Sash. Okay. And I snag a poison. That's huge! Hey, I really don't care if the, it's gonna set up Trick Room. Okay. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect situation for me right now. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So here comes the Incineroar again. And he's going to get another Intimidate off. That's fine, because what I'm going to be doing as of this point is I'm going to go for the Thunder Wave onto the Lapras slot, and I'm going to go ahead and switch out my Haxorus, and I'm going to go ahead and bring in Copperajah. Because my Copperajah is actually going to go ahead and be useful in Trick Room as of this point. So my opponent's going to go ahead and Gigantamax the Lapras to probably get the G-Max Residence. To go ahead and set up her own screens, or... yeah, to set up her own screen. Probably. I'm not really sure. So here comes the Thunder Wave. I make the connection onto the Lapras. That's good. Yeah, here comes the G-Max Residence. Probably, yeah, for the Haxorus. But that's not going to be that very effective onto my Copperajah because it resists Ice-type moves. So it's got its own screens, and I have my own screens. And here comes the Brick Break. So I lose my screens. I don't know if the Incineroar is actually mid-speed or not, but we're going to go ahead and find out at this point. So I'm going to go for the Dynamax, and I'm going to go for the Max Overgrow into the Lapras. And I'm going to actually just G-Max my Copperajah right off the bat, because I already know for a fact that my Copperajah is actually slow in this case. And with the G-Max and the Dynamax candies as well, I can go ahead and definitely probably live the Flare Blitz if it's going to be using that to its disposal. So I get some extra health back. Here comes the Max Geyser. So the Lapras is basically 0 speed. Okay. Here comes my Max Overgrow into the Lapras. Oh man, that didn't even do anything to it. Here comes a Flare Blitz. But you ended up setting up your own Max Geyser, so the Flare Blitz is basically at like a... it's basically weaker. But here comes my Haxorus with the Brick Break. And I break your Veil. And it's a Leftovers Lapras. And okay. Here comes Dusclops. I'm going to trust in my Copperajah here. And I'm going to go for another Max Overgrow. Okay, so... we're probably Speed Tide. Yes! I knocked out the Lapras. Let's go! But... I don't think... I went for Brick Break. Here comes a Will-O-Wisp onto my Copperajah, but that's fine. Yeah, I went for Brick Break because I thought that the Max Overgrow wasn't going to go ahead and take it out. But that's fine. I mean, I still have one more turn of Dynamax left. And the opponent can't really take out both of my Mons after this point. So I'm just going to go for the Dragon Claw, and I'm just going to go for the, G-Max Steel Surge. I mean, I should have went for it a long time ago, but now is the best time to go ahead and just do it. So that does about a good 25%, I want to say. And here comes another Will-O-Wisp. But, I mean, with the Max Overgrow in the play as well, it's not really going to go ahead and do that much to me. So, I'm going to go ahead and get a little bit of health back. And, of course, the Dusclops is going to go ahead and get a little bit of health back. And I get burned. But, hey, I mean, the dimensions go back to normal. So, as of this point, what I'm going to do is actually going to go for the, I'm going to go for the Dragon Claw, and I'm going to go for the Steel Roller. So that way I can be able to just negate the Max Overgrow right off the bat. And with the Dragon Claw plus the Steel Roller, it should seal the deal onto the Dusclops. So here comes the Dragon Claw. That does a good amount of damage. Here comes a Pain Split. Oh no. I was not expecting the Pain Split. Here comes the Steel Roller. Okay. I wasn't expecting the I wasn't expecting the Pain Split. So I'm going to go for the Dragon Claw again, and I'm going to go for the Play Rough instead. So here comes the Dragon Claw. Yeah, that seals the deal on the Dusclops. Let's go. That's 2 wins in a row. And the fact is that... Well, look at here. We ended up going ahead and reaching Pokeball tier number 6. Wow, that's crazy. I was not expecting that. So we found ourselves another trainer, and we're going up against Ben, rank 6. Now, ooh, this team is sun-oriented, but it's also water. That's a one. Yeah, I don't know if it's Trick Room or not. But anyways, this is going to be our last match. If we win, we win. If we lose, we lose. Honestly, I can say that Blastoise puts in a lot of work against this team, and Haxorus can just go ahead and be like a supporter for him, for Blastoise and everything. So, what I think I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and kick things off with Grimmsnarl, and I'm going to go with Blastoise. And I'm going to go ahead and bring in Scrafty for, like, the late game Intimidate. And I'm going to bring in Haxorus. Because the speed tiers and everything is just really weird on his portion of the map. Here in his portion of the team. But we're going to be going up against Ben. So here comes Hitmontop, and here comes Gyarados. So he kind of had an idea. So it is the Intimidate Gyarados. Okay. That's fine by me. He actually has 2 Intimidators. Okay. So honestly, as of this point, they're both So I think what I'm going to do is just go right out. I'm just going to go straight out the gates, hard hitting. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to G-Max my Blastoise right off the bat. And once I get that G-Max Cannonade onto the Hitmontop, it should do about like maybe 75%. So here comes the fake out. Had a feeling that it was going to go into my Grimmsnarl. That's why I just didn't really do anything. So here comes the taunt. Okay, so I'm going to go for the G-Max Cannonade onto the Hitmontop here. So yeah, like I said, it does about like 75%. So it gets surrounded by the Vortex. I'm going to go ahead and switch out my, I'm going to switch out my Grimmsnarl because it fell for the taunt. And I'm going to go into my own Intimidator, which will be Scrafty. And I'm going to get an attack drop on both of his Mons. Here comes the bounce. I think that's going to go into my Scrafty. Here comes the Brick Break. My Scrafty's going to eat that. And here comes the Max Knuckle into the Hitmontop. And I get an attack boost. So the Hitmontop is down. And the Gyarados actually sprung up into the air with the bounce. I don't know if that's actually going to go ahead and connect into my Blastoise or not. I think it might go into my Scrafty, though. Here comes Alchemy. Okay. So I think as of this point, I'm just going to go ahead and just jump into that, I'm going to go ahead and go for the Max Guard. I don't know if it's actually going to go ahead and go into... I don't know if the bounce is going to go into my Gyarados or not. Here comes the Dazzling Gleam. Okay, so that was actually a smart play on my part. But I think Scrafty's going to go down. Yeah. Here comes the bounce. Yeah, that bounce was going to go into my... Blastoise. So with that one Intimidate, I should be able to go ahead and do what I need to do with my Haxorus at this point. So here comes Haxorus, and I think I still have one more turn of... Oh no. Actually, I ran out of turns for the Dynamax, or Gigantamax. So I'm going to go ahead and go for... I'm going to go for the Water Spout here. I don't know if it's going to do a... I don't know if it's going to do a tremendous amount of damage to... Okay, so he's just going to go ahead and spring up into the air with the bounce. And I'm going to go for the Poison Jab onto the Alchemy. And Alchemy goes down. Yes. Alchemy is more frail on the defensive side. And I get my leftovers. And he still hasn't Dynamaxed any of his Mons yet. So he's actually going to go ahead and bring out Duraludon. And... so I'm going to go ahead and Brick Break Aura Sphere into the Duraludon slot. I honestly think that he's going to go ahead and either Dynamax or Gigantamax the Duraludon here. But I'm pretty sure he might go for a Dynamax because Yeah, he's gonna go for the Dynamax so that way he can get a Max Rimwind off. Here comes the bounce into my Haxorus. My Haxorus is not gonna live. Here comes a Max Lightning. Oh. Blastoise lives on 7. I don't think I'm going to be able to win this match, though. But that's fine. Here comes an Aura Sphere. Yeah, that does... I get a crit, but it's not weakness policy. I'm gonna fake out Ice Beam into the Duraludon. Maybe hope for a freeze, but the Duraludon is just gonna go ahead and go for the Max Lightning here. Now he goes for the Max Steel Spike, and he's gonna go into my Grimmsnarl and get that defense boost. Okay. Here comes an Ice Beam. Can I get a freeze? Nope. Can't get a freeze. It's alright. We tried our best. Oh well. But yeah, here comes a... Gonna go for bounce again? Here comes another Max Lightning into my Blastoise, and that's gonna seal the deal. Okay, well, GG's to my opponent. You guys enjoyed that showcase of my second team. When Copperajah actually goes ahead and is Gigantamax, and he's actually going ahead and it's under the Trick Room phenomenon, it actually works perfectly for my for the team that I'm using and everything. So like I said before, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more. And hit the notification bell too, and share this video with your friends. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.